Have you ever wondered what would happen if the moon crashed into the Earth? Let's take a moment to ponder this intriguing thought. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, has been our constant companion for over 4.5 billion years. It has guided our ancestors, influenced our oceans, and inspired countless tales, poems, and songs. Its presence is so fundamental to our existence that we seldom pause to consider what life would be without it. But what if, in a twist of cosmic fate, this relationship were to change dramatically? What if our familiar lunar friend were to break free from its orbit and hurtle towards us? Remember, this scenario is purely speculative and not based on any scientific prediction. It's a flight of imagination, a journey into the realm of what-ifs. Imagine a world where the moon, our nightly companion, suddenly hurtles towards us. Let's explore this catastrophic possibility together. So, the moon is on a collision course with Earth. What's the first thing that would happen? Well, the immediate effects would be, to put it mildly, cataclysmic. As the moon approaches, gravitational forces would intensify, causing massive tidal waves and earthquakes even before the actual impact. But let's move on to the moment of impact itself. When the moon finally collides with our planet, it would release an unimaginable amount of energy. We're talking about energy equivalent to the explosion of billions, yes, billions of atomic bombs. That's an energy release on a scale that's hard to comprehend, dwarfing any explosion that has ever occurred on Earth. This colossal collision would create a crater thousands of miles wide, literally reshaping the face of our planet. The force of the impact would be so great that it would cause the Earth's outer crust to crack, ripple, and contort. Imagine the Grand Canyon, but on a global scale. But we're not done yet. The impact would also eject a tremendous amount of debris into space. Massive chunks of the Earth and the moon, heated to incredible temperatures by the force of the collision, would be flung far and wide. Some of this debris would escape Earth's gravity entirely, but much of it would remain in orbit, creating a ring of flaming rubble around our planet. And remember, all of this would happen in just the first few moments following the impact. It's a scenario straight out of a science fiction movie, but with real science behind it. The impact alone would be an event of apocalyptic proportions, but the aftermath is where things get even more interesting. With the initial impact over, what comes next? In the wake of such a cataclysmic event, the Earth would be cloaked in a veil of dust and debris, effectively blocking out the sun. This could potentially plunge our planet into a scenario akin to a nuclear winter. The once bright and vibrant days would be replaced by a perpetual twilight. Temperatures worldwide would plummet, disrupting the climate and wreaking havoc on ecosystems. But the chilling darkness wouldn't be our only concern. The energy released by the impact would trigger tsunamis of unimaginable proportions. Waves hundreds of feet high would race across the oceans, obliterating coastal cities and inundating vast stretches of land. These mega tsunamis would reshape the world's coastlines, leaving devastation in their wake. In the immediate aftermath, the Earth's rotation could be affected too. The impact could cause our planet to spin faster, shortening the length of a day. Imagine a world where a day lasts less than 24 hours. And that's not all. The Earth's axis, the imaginary line around which our planet spins, could also be altered. This might result in drastic changes in our planet's seasons and climate patterns. The after effects of the moon crashing into the Earth would be far-reaching and profound. The dust and debris in the atmosphere would not only block out the sun, but also hinder satellite communication. Our technologically dependent society would feel the brunt of this, leading to a potential collapse of global communication networks. In essence, the aftermath of the moon's impact would be a world of darkness and chaos. The Earth's landscapes would be unrecognizable, its climate inhospitable, and its ecosystems in disarray. Society as we know it would crumble, and the survival of humanity would hang in the balance. The Earth, as we know it, would be drastically altered, and life as we know it would face severe challenges. Life on Earth would have to adapt quickly to this new harsh reality or risk extinction. The future of our planet would be uncertain, and its fate would rest on the resilience of its inhabitants. In the long run, what would a moonless Earth look like? Let's delve into this fascinating, albeit chilling concept. Without the moon's gravitational pull, the Earth's rotation would speed up significantly. Days would become shorter, perhaps lasting only 6 hours. This would result in a fourfold increase in the number of days in a year, drastically altering the length of our seasons. Just imagine, a year with over 1,000 days, each passing by in the blink of an eye. Climate would also be severely affected. The moon's gravitational influence is responsible for the tilt of Earth's axis. which gives us our seasonal weather patterns. Without this stabilizing force, our planet could experience wild swings in its tilt, leading to extreme fluctuations in climate. Areas that are currently temperate might suddenly find themselves in the grips of an ice age or the heat of a desert. Let's not forget the tides. The moon's gravity causes the oceans to bulge out on the side of Earth closest to the moon, creating high tides. In a moonless world, the sun's weaker gravitational pull would be the only force acting on our oceans. This would result in much smaller tides, affecting marine life and coastal ecosystems that rely on these daily ebbs and flows. The loss of the moon wouldn't just be felt by our planet, but also by the life that calls it home. The rapid rotation and unpredictable climate could make it difficult for many species to survive. And while some organisms might be able to adapt to these new conditions, the swift and drastic changes could lead to mass extinctions. The moon, it seems, is much more than a beautiful object in our night sky. It's a cosmic guardian protecting our planet from a fate that without it could be quite grim. Life on Earth would have to adapt to a very different world, one without our familiar lunar neighbor. Indeed, in the grand cosmic ballet, the moon plays a role far more pivotal than we might have ever imagined. Is there any good news in this catastrophic scenario, you might ask? Well, it's not all doom and gloom. As with all major upheavals, there lie hidden opportunities. For one, the resilience of life on Earth is nothing short of remarkable. The planet has seen massive extinctions from the age of dinosaurs to the ice ages, and yet life finds a way. Each time, evolution has seized the opportunity, leading to new forms of life adapted to the altered conditions. Then there's the power of human ingenuity. We are a species that has learned to harness the elements, ventured into the vastness of space, and unraveled the mysteries of our own genetic code. Faced with a disaster of this magnitude, it's not unthinkable that we could find a way to survive, adapt, and even thrive. While the moon crashing into Earth would be a disaster of epic proportions, it's a testament to the resilience of life and the power of human ingenuity that we can even imagine surviving such an event. So, what have we learned from this hypothetical scenario? We've journeyed through a dramatic and, quite frankly, terrifying thought experiment. We've imagined the unimaginable, the moon crashing into our beloved Earth. We started with the initial catastrophe, a cataclysmic event of unthinkable proportions. The moon, our faithful companion in the sky, colliding with us, unleashing energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs. The immediate impact would be devastating, sending shockwaves across our planet and triggering earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions on an apocalyptic scale. We then delved into the aftermath, a world plunged into darkness, shrouded in debris. The very fabric of life as we know it would be threatened, as photosynthesis would grind to a halt, temperatures would plummet, and most forms of life would struggle to survive. Next, we explored the long-term consequences. Over time, the Earth would heal. It would gradually warm up, the debris would settle, and life would find a way. However, it would be a vastly different world from the one we know today. The moon's absence would also have a profound effect on our planet's stability and climate, reminding us of the moon's integral role in maintaining the Earth's habitability. From there, we found a silver lining. Such a disaster could potentially kickstart a new era of evolution, with life adapting to the drastically changed conditions. It's a testament to the resilience of life and the endless possibilities of evolution. Yet, as we wrap up our journey through this doomsday scenario, let's take a moment to appreciate the moon's role in our lives. The moon's gravity stabilizes our planet's tilt, giving us predictable seasons. Its tidal forces drive the ebb and flow of our oceans. It lights up our night sky, inspiring poets and scientists alike. While it's fun to imagine what-if scenarios, we should all be grateful that our moon continues to orbit peacefully, casting its gentle glow on our world.